Everybody, it's the corporate vegan. I am back in the kitchen, not my kitchen, I'm in my parents' kitchen, and I'm going to be cooking up a very simple recipe today, a tofu scramble with some roasted potatoes. No oil as usual, but today I've got my sous chef, Bailey. This is my family dog, Bailey. She is 10 years young, 12 years young. How old is she? 10 years young, and so she's going to be helping me out. Not really, that wouldn't be sanitary, but she's going to be around at least. So before we get started, I'll kind of introduce what I'm going to be doing. So for the roasted potatoes, I'm going to be using a combination of almond milk, tahini, which is a sesame seed paste, as well as we've got some garlic salt, onion powder, dill, basil, paprika. I'm going to be throwing that all with the roasted potatoes, mixing that up, and then throwing it into the oven. Again, no oil required. That's where the tahini comes in. All right, for the tofu scramble, what you're going to want to do is get some extra firm tofu and let it sit. You want to compress it down so you get all of the moisture out. You'll see over there what I've done is I've kind of used this makeshift box, pressed it onto the tofu scramble to try to get out all that moisture. With the scramble, what I'm going to be adding into the pan is some zucchini, some mushrooms, some bell peppers, and then some jalapeno to give it a little bit of kick. All right, so we're almost ready to throw the potatoes into the oven. It's already preheated at about 375. Cut the potatoes into cubes, and now we're going to start by throwing in the wet ingredients. So that's a quarter cup of tahini and 3 tablespoons of unsweetened almond milk. Then we're going to throw the dry ingredients on top, mix it up really well, and then throw it into the oven for about 30 minutes. All right, so we've got all the veggies prepped, ready to go. We've added it all into one bowl. So we've got the zucchini, the bell peppers, the mushrooms. Anything else, Beck?
No, that's it.
That's it. All right, so that's all we've got. We're going to throw it into the pan. Oh, now, we didn't put any oil into the pan, so we've just kind of preheated this. You can already start to hear it sizzle. If you do need to throw something in there, you can throw vegetable broth, or you can use some of the tahini that you use for the roasted potatoes, so up to you. All right, so that is looking perfect. That's really just been going for about 5 minutes. Now what I want to do is start to throw some seasoning. Now I've already thrown in some salt and pepper, but now I'm going to throw in the exact same seasoning that I added to the roasted potatoes onto the veggies. So I've got my extra firm tofu. Now I'm just going to crumble it into the pan with the veggies. The one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about the dry seasoning is that we replaced the dill with turmeric. Now turmeric is what's going to give the tofu scramble that kind of yellowy look, which makes it kind of resemble what scrambled eggs used to look like, or looks like. Alright, so we're only a couple of minutes away from the roasted potatoes being ready. The tofu scramble is looking perfect. I've already tasted it. It tastes fantastic. The last thing I want to do is just throw some spinach on top of the tofu, get it to wilt, and then it'll be ready to serve. But I want to talk a little bit about timing, because this recipe from start to finish can take you only 30 minutes. What you want to start by doing is prepping all of the ingredients, both dry, wet, as well as the veggies and the potatoes. And then what you want to do is put the potatoes into the oven. Once the potatoes are in the oven, they're going to be in there for about 30 minutes, and that's perfect amount of time for you to get the tofu scramble ready to go. Guys, I'll fess up, I lied to you. It's not going to take you 30 minutes, it's going to take you 40 minutes, but I think if we can plate this beautiful thing in 40 minutes, I think it's totally worth it. So you've got your roasted potatoes, which I've already tried and they taste fantastic. You've got the tofu scramble, and we're going to play with an English muffin. Obviously, we're going to throw it all together, throw it in that English muffin. It's going to taste delicious. Now, on the side, I've also put some avocado. Now, you got slices, you have it mashed. It's up to you. Put them all together, and it's just going to be heaven. Now, I like to do this recipe. It's really quick. It's probably going to be like a 5-7 minute video, but I think for me, especially when I transitioned into a vegan diet, I think the one thing I missed most of all was breakfast. And when I found tofu scramble, it really helped me kind of satisfy that urge. And so I have been making tofu scramble for a very long time. I think this recipe is probably one of the best. And so I'm going to post the details below here on YouTube as well on Instagram. So take a look, give it a try, and if you like it, be sure to let me know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. As well, if you are interested in following me along on my journey, head over to Instagram and follow along over there. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.